I told a man I wanted to have sex with him, and he said he wasn't ready yet. The audacity.
I gave my man a BJ the other morning while he was still asleep. I was just so sick and tired of waiting for him to wake up. I wanted to enjoy myself, so I went under the covers and helped myself.
If you're dealing with a guy that you want to have sex with, but he ain't earned it yet, make sure before you link with him, you masturbate.
Women want to be fucked by a man. We are not delicate little creatures that you can't be rough with. We want to be dominated and shown who's boss.
Girls are hornier than boys in relationships. I said it. There you have it. I would even argue that girls are hornier than guys outside of relationships.
Genuine question for all my girls out there. When you're ovulating, how do you leave the house? No, how do you leave the house? Because I was just in Whole Foods and almost had to be escorted out by security, dragged by my hair because I saw a man's forearm at the hot bar.
And I wanted to have sex with him, and he said he wasn't ready yet. The audacity. What? I said, okay, cool. And then we cuddled. What a wild concept.
I gave my man a BJ the other morning while he was still asleep. I was just so sick and tired of waiting for him to wake up. I wanted to enjoy myself, so I went under the covers and helped myself. Anyway, as he started to wake up, I freaked out and something popped into my head. As he woke up, I was like, oh my gosh, is consent a thing? Like, am I doing the wrong thing here? I've literally just gone down on this man without even getting consent, and I was so worried what he would think. Anyway, fair to say, he woke up and he was the happiest man alive. And then I said to him, you know, was that an issue? And he was like, hell no. This is open 24/7. Like, this is a free-for-all. Go for it. And I was like, got the green light. I was good to go. But I want to throw it out to you guys. Is consent a thing, or is it open 24/7 for us ladies?
If you're dealing with a guy that you want to have sex with, but he ain't earned it yet, make sure before you link with him, you masturbate. Okay? That's gonna ease any sexual tension. So when you get with him, you ain't gonna be thirsty. You ain't gonna be caving in because you are already sexually satisfied. Get you a little rose or whatever.
Consent can't be based on assumptions. Even in a relationship, you don't automatically get unlimited access to somebody's body. If you want men to respect boundaries, men deserve the exact same respect. That's not weakness, that's basic discipline.
I have an unpopular opinion. Girls are hornier than boys in relationships. I said it. There you have it. I would even argue that girls are hornier than guys outside of relationships. I just think because society had raised us the whole past maybe 40 years to slut shame if you're a woman, to praise the notches on the bed for men, that girls have just been quiet about it and we've all been secret little sluts. But I think truly and seriously, girls are 20 million times more hornier than men, especially with today's day and age of smut books. But I can confirm I am 100% more hornier than my freaking fiance. And when I posted on my Instagram story, I had so many women responding saying that their relationship was the exact same. So girls are hornier. I said it.
Your relationship isn't every relationship. Some men have high sex drive, some don't, and neither one makes them less masculine. Men don't need to prove their masculinity by constantly wanting sex.
Question for all my girls out there. When you're ovulating, how do you leave the house? No, how do you leave the house? Because I was just in Whole Foods and almost had to be escorted out by security, dragged by my hair because I saw a man's forearm at the hot bar. I'm salivating, foaming at the mouth onto the mac and cheese at the hot bar because a little sliver of his forearm. I see a guy reach for a can of kombucha, barking. I'm barking. The employee's like, ma'am, no dogs allowed. Like, actually, sorry, that's not a chihuahua. That's just me. It's that time of the month. I'm barking. If you have a mustache, you are not safe around me. You are not safe. I was in the Nike store the other day, shirtless mannequin with pecs. Put me in mall jail. Take me away. I am a threat to society and others. Put me away. I have to be locked and tied to my bed chambers. And you have to perform an exorcism on me. It's not right. How does anyone leave? How does anyone leave the house?
If a man talked about women this way, people would immediately call him desperate or creepy. Men have sexual agenda, but we're expected to control ourselves, so why shouldn't women be held to the same standard?
Can sleep around, but if we do it, we get horny too. Yeah. It's okay if we just want to hook up once in a while and have it just be that.
I also think if a guy looks down on you for hooking up with him,
that says a lot about what he thinks of himself.
Yeah.
Like, what? That's so crazy.
Women want to be fucked by a man. We are not delicate little creatures that you can't be rough with. We want to be dominated and shown who's boss. Women actually want to surrender all control to you. So don't be afraid to take that control and completely ravish her. She wants it and she thinks it's hot. She doesn't just want to feel loved. She wants to feel like you own her ass. And if you don't own her ass, another man will.
I'd rather pay a prostitute so she leaves when we're done, rather than sit here and put a bunch of money into a chick and then taking her out for nice dinners, buying her shit, and you get the same result.
You can't demand that men respect women while reducing the entire relationship to sex and transactions. If both people want casual relationships, that's their choice, but pretending intimacy automatically means someone owes you money, attention, or commitment is exactly the mindset that destroys trust.
People want to have sex, okay? I said it. People want to have sex. And I think we need to stop leaving the fact, this basic human need that most people feel and is baseline for a lot of people, that they want to have sex, out of every single conversation that we have about marriage and dating. Like, every single conversation that we have is like, don't get married, don't date, don't da-da-da-da, this dating sucks, blah, blah. And this is all true. I've had these conversations. I post about these conversations, whatever. It's all true. However, we leave out a very important fundamental part of it for a lot of people, which is that people want to have sex. And sometimes those sexual needs are not met by yourself. Facts. Like, this is just facts for some people, okay? And so if those needs are properly met by yourself, sure, fine. But like, sexual desire is only one part of intimacy. So like, again, I don't know why we're acting like it's wrong for people to want that. Specifically for women, we're acting like it is wrong for women to want those things, because the patriarchy has conditioned us to believe that women should not want to have sex and women should not want to have intimacy. It's really just at the whim of the man, and that's fucking dumb. I'm here to say it. Women want to have sex. People want to have sex, and that is okay. That is okay, and there's nothing wrong or shameful, and we should stop leaving it out of every single conversation and stop acting like women who want relationships or marriage or whatever are like, don't have real reasons to want those things. Do you know what?
But wanting intimacy doesn't automatically mean you need marriage. And it definitely doesn't mean someone else owes you access. If more men are choosing solitude, that's a choice they are allowed to make, and women have to respect that choice just as much as they expect men to respect theirs.
Plans for dates. Like, what is this whole back and forth thing? I'm asking this one of my best friends. She literally has been talking with this guy for like, say, a month and a half, 8 weeks, if you will. And he'll be like, what are you up to this weekend? She'll be like, I don't have any plans. Like, we'll just see. And he's like, all right, keep me posted on your plans. Like, no, sir, make a plan. Tell her, hey, okay, you don't have anything planned? Beautiful. Can I see you Saturday night? Great. Can I see you Sunday morning? And let's go for coffee and a long walk on the West Side Highway. Like, there are so many things that you can do, and I just don't understand, other than he's not interested or he's just a mess, which some guys are a mess. To me, it's more of just he's not interested. I don't understand. Like, are we not reading it right? Like, is there something I'm missing?
A man is genuinely interested, usually makes his intentions clear, and puts some effort behind them. If you're constantly getting vague, what are you doing this weekend? Messages with no actual plan, don't keep decoding it, take the lack of effort as information.
Something that no one ever talks about. When men found out all it takes is $150 for one night with the woman of your dreams, it completely changed the game. It completely changed the game and changed the whole dating pool. I know dudes that used to want to be a husband and all these kind of things, and now they don't want to go to the gym no more. They don't want to brush their hair. They don't go to church. They don't go nowhere. They don't want to go out. They don't even want to go on dating apps for looking for women. All they want to do is go to work and wait till they check come and take $150 and go find them the woman of their dreams for that night.
I'm not afraid or ashamed to admit that I go to the gym a lot because I'm a very horny woman. I have the craziest libido and sex drive, and I love that for me. And at the same time, me even saying that is not to hypersexualize sex. It's more to discuss sexual energy, being life force, creative energy. And honestly, for women, especially women of a particular age like myself, mid to late 30s and on, we got to talk about our changing bodies, metabolisms, hormones, and the impact on our libido. And if you do not have libido, there is something wrong. libido is what gives us that creative motivation. And so I channel that through the gym and not somebody's.
But turning sexual desire into proof that something is wrong with everyone else misses the point. Men have desires too, and a disciplined man doesn't need to chase every urge. Sometimes channeling that energy into your goals is exactly what strength looks like.
Do we not want to go on dates anymore? Just a genuine question, because of all the guys I match with, only 2 have asked to go on a date with me. Several were not looking for that, so we just bypassed them. Bye-bye. And then of the ones that I wanted to go on a date with, I asked. And I did it in a way that it wasn't me asking. I would say, like, would you be open to planning a date? That way it's in their court. If they want to do something about it, they can do something about it, and I'm not asking them. Yeah, that has only worked one time. So, back to my topic sentence. Are we just not going on dates anymore? And I don't need to go be wined and dined, dinner. Like, we could go on a walk. My cousin has gone on several dates where they just walked just to get to know each other. And like,
she's trying to engineer a situation where the man takes the lead, but leadership can't be forced. If he wants to see you, he'll say when and where. If he keeps hesitating, then chase him for a date, move on, and let somebody who's actually interested step up.
we can go do something where you don't have to spend a bunch of money. Like, that's not what I want. The reason why I want to go on a date is because I want to see if we're compatible in person. Because over text, I can put what I feel you're saying, and when we meet in person, I can actually like see where we're at with things. So that's why I go on dates. I don't do it for a free meal. I'm not gonna take you to the bank. Like, I just want to get to know you and see if we're compatible, and then we can go from there. Okay, so walking date's fine. We could do a quick coffee date. We could go play mini golf, like whatever. Like, you do not have to break the bank to take me on a date. That's not what I'm here for. But yeah, so what are some reasons why we're not taking women on dates? Because I'm just a little confused and would love some answers. So men, please enlighten us. Please.
Dating isn't dead. Willingness to invest in dating has changed. A lot of men have realized they can avoid the expense, rejection, and uncertainty altogether. So instead of asking why men won't take women on dates, maybe ask why so many men no longer see dating as worth the investment.
I can just hire escorts. I'm being so honest, because anytime I see this conversation about a man paying on a first date and expecting something in return, my mind immediately goes to, oh, you just want an escort for cheap. Because I'm willing to bet you if you literally went and got an escort, you would not be paying whatever the meal costs. You pay a lot more than that.
Okay, real talk. Are you horny all of the time? Are you someone who considers himself having a very high sex drive? In some cases, this might not actually be a high sex drive. It might not really be horniness. It could be anxiety. I'm just going to tell you my personal narrative. When I was single and dating a lot, I was horny all of the time. I was like, yeah, I'm just one of those people. But what comes with being a single person? Yes, a lot of fun, freedom, and excitement, but also a lot of mystery, a lot of unknown, a lot of, is this going to be something or is this not going to be something? A lot of, this is brand new, this person's body is brand new to me. A lot of butterflies in the stomach, a lot of spontaneity. What can play into all of this? Anxiety. Yeah, anxiety is a side effect of all of those things. And studies show that anxiously attached people have a higher frequency of sexual experiences because they need to settle their anxiety. Food for
Sometimes a man isn't anxious or secretly desperate for sex, he simply doesn't want the financial cost, emotional complications, or expectations that come with modern dating. That's a choice and men are allowed to make.
Cannot understand that is super normal in like Western cishet neurotypical society is how people can just sexualize strangers or people that they don't even know, or like celebrities. I have no idea why this is so normal. Like, you're telling me that it is a normal thing for a stranger on the street to just look at me and then just like start thinking about things sexually or undressing me with their eyes or imagining things. They have no idea who I even am or if I would welcome them to have these thoughts. And because it's so normal, I really do try to understand and like put myself in these shoes, but I cannot like figure out how that's not violating.
Automatically disrespect the line gets crossed when a person turns their private thoughts into behavior that makes someone else uncomfortable or unsafe. The same standard should apply to everybody, men and women.
Like, how are you feeling so okay in yourself to like sit here and have sexual thoughts and like undress this person with your eyes, and they cannot consent to that? Like, they they don't even want you. Like, they're not thinking about you like that. All of these thoughts are totally unwanted by them. Why would I like put that on them? They can't consent to that. You know what I mean? Even when I was like obsessed with Edward Cullen, it wasn't even in a sexual way. Like, I never was like, oh yeah, I want him in my bed or anything. It was like, yeah, vampires are so cool. I would love to be like a sick vampire couple. Does anyone know what I'm talking about, or do I just...
You don't get to police what's happening inside another person's head. If a man harasses, follows, or makes unwanted comments, call that out, but simply finding someone attractive privately isn't a violation. Thoughts aren't something other people are entitled to control.
Who just wakes up and says, what you doing today? You got plans tonight? All right. Well, I would love for you to accompany me in some dinner. I would love to take you out. What the so hard about that? I don't think we're understanding as a generation that we're not no little kids anymore. This is how you linking up to just go do whatever is high school shit, college shit. Just let's go get this eat and let's just walk around. We are grown. Some people we know have babies. Some people we know are married. Some people have their own place. Some people are doing big things. We are on our way to our 30s. We are nearing 25. And y'all just like, oh, you smoke? Oh, what you want to do? Oh, can you pull up? That's not dating. Y'all not kids. You're a grown man. Ask me out. What the fuck?
It's in it for me. If dating has become a situation where men are expected to initiate pay plan and risk rejection while women simply evaluate the performance, some men are going to opt out. You can't demand traditional male effort while ignoring whether the modern relationship actually benefits the man.
A woman's sex drive is really based off of one thing and one thing only: how you make her feel emotionally.
You know, I feel like we don't talk enough about the side effects of being really horny. Like, right now I'm experiencing like real aches and pains in my body. It's not fun, guys, okay? We need to talk about this.
I should not be allowed out of the house when I'm ovulating. I'm a danger to myself and to society. Like, what do you mean I'm attracted to every single one of my coworkers? What do you mean the random man on the subway was looking good to me? I think he was gay. My uterus doesn't care. Oh, she doesn't care. She's like, girl, if you don't get off at the same stop as him right now and stalk him home. Made the mistake of going to the gym also, where men famously are sweaty. Literally lock me away for 3 days. You need to lock me away, throw away the key, slide water and food under the door. I need to be in my enclosure, gnawing at the gates, but I need to be locked. I need to be strapped in, not like...
There's a difference between having a strong sex drive and letting the drive control your behavior. Attraction is normal, but self-control is still the standard. Men get told constantly to manage their impulses, and women shouldn't be treated differently just because they're joking about their hormones.
But I think that men who pay for the cat, I can respect it. So why do I respect it? I respect it because the man already is letting the woman know that he doesn't want anything but, the act. We'll say playtime. Meaning that he doesn't waste a woman's time like going on a dating app and then matching with someone knowing fully well that all they want is the cat at the end of the day. But the thing is, that's a broke man. See, a man with money will be able to pay for it. I know this conversation probably sounds so wild, but I want you to hear me out. A lot of times women end up giving up the cat for free, for nothing. And I know you've heard it before and you're thinking oh, what is this, prostitution? Yes, it is. The thing is that it's free prostitution. The man didn't have to do anything to get it, right? He didn't have to give you any money. He didn't have to wine and dine you. Nothing happened for him to get it. So you got to look at the two women in this situation. There's a woman that knows her worth and is saying, pay up. But then there's the other woman who maybe knows her worth, but the thing is, she's not fully getting what she wants because she's leaning too much on potential. And so she lets this guy come in.
If two adults agree to something casual, that's their choice, but calling sex free prostitution just because a man didn't spend money on a woman is a terrible way to define intimacy. A man doesn't owe dinner gifts or money in exchange for access to a...
And then at the end of the day, it actually did cost her something. It might not cost her anything like money, but it cost her her time, her emotions, her mental capacity by holding space for someone who actually had no desire to be fruitful with them. So before you start turning up your nose at the women who are getting financial things from men, think about what they're requesting from that guy. They're basically saying, and before you can get playtime from me, you gotta show me that you are worth my time. In reverse, with the broke man wants you to give up all the fun, all the luxuries, all the playtime in the world for free. This was like an extreme example of what I'm trying to convey, but it's the truth of and reality of what happens today. Women or men, even, you give up your time, things that are so precious and important to you, for nothing. And then you are emotionally spent when all that you're giving up doesn't come back to you at all. Like, you get nothing back from the situation. And so it's important to know, what is your worth? Now, I'm not saying become a streetwalker. I'm just saying, know your worth and add tax to that. No one should be getting anything from you for free, because it's not going to feel good. Trust me.
Relationships aren't business transactions. A man can spend thousands on a woman and still have zero genuine intentions, while another man can spend very little and treat her with honesty and respect. If you're measuring your worth by the size of the payment, you're still letting money define the relationship anyway. That's enough for today. Subscribe, like, share, and turn on the notification bell for the next